episode of Are You Experienced? I am Cynthia Brando, and I'm very happy to have my friend, Charlie B. Roberts, on the show today. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm still averaging 45 miles an hour as we sit here right now. It's good to be here. Thank you for asking.
Yes, it's been a while. So you've been doing music your whole life, right?
Yeah, I started playing guitar in high school in 16,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I chose the folk guitar, and I didn't realize you had to play electric guitar to get girls.
To be cool?
Yeah, to get girls. Bob Dylan was on the way out then,
Well, that's the kind of thing that musicians think about when they're younger, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people start out that way, especially men. I notice. It's like, I'm going to pick up the guitar because it's cool, especially in that time, the '60s and the '70s, and
it is cool.
I'm sure it's still now.
Mm-hmm.
But so talk about your experience as you grew older with music. So you started off just kind of wanting to be cool or whatever, but then you became a songwriter.
Right.
And you started pursuing songwriting.
Yes, I did that
As a profession.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. It became a profession. It was an avocation, and then some opportunities arose. There was a TV show that I called Dogtails.
That was in your 50s.
That was in my 50s when that came. So
that was your big break.
It is. It is a really nice little thing, and. Before then, it was the same arc as everybody else. It was open mics and songwriter showcases and that kind of drudge, because I really wasn't doing a cover set that would put me in a Captain Jack's or playing the International House of Pancakes or whatever, singing Freebird. So it was, a lot of obscurity, and it still is. And the show's been running 15 years, and in 15 years, I've had 2 phone calls. Hey, I see your show, and it was from the same guy. I don't even know, and they were 8 years apart. But
tell me about the show again.
Well, the show's called Dogtails, and it's a independent syndicated show, and it's to fit a niche. The creators of the show, there's a niche for so many minutes of family entertainment every day that has to be fulfilled by a broadcaster to keep their FAA license or FCC license. Sorry, cut that out.
But what is the show about?
Oh, the show's about dogs.
It's about dogs.
It's like a reality show about people and their dogs, and that's it. And that's it.
So you probably didn't think when you were a younger musician that was where you were headed when you were in your 50s.
No. No, I was writing sad, belligerent songs, and in fact, when the show started, my boys were teenagers, and one of them walks in, I forget which, probably the youngest, he's the funniest, and he goes, "That song you're writing is so sad. You should write happy songs." And I go, "The only happy songs I've written are the ones about the dogs." And he goes, "Yeah, you got paid for those, duh." And he walks out. So everybody's an A&R guy.
So when we were talking on the phone, you said something that's important to you as you've gotten older with music is helping other people.
I think that, we talked to, I think it's time that we circle back, and maybe the old people start it, the people with experience. Because every time I see a documentary about somebody, about the 60s or 70s here in LA, it was like, oh, well, I was over helping this guy, or I was helping that guy. And it just seems like we need a bit more of that. And
so do you think younger musicians, they don't have that a lot, or they're just in their own, they stay within their own group?
Well, I don't know what younger is, because perspective to me, you're young. And so I don't really see a lot of people in their early 20s. Most of the people I see are in their 30s. I just think that we're all trying so hard to get that match struck, or get that door to open, or be in front of that decision maker, that we forget that this is a collaborative enterprise. Even if we're not in the band together, it's a collaborative enterprise. And it's even if you're not helping a songwriter, if you're just, do what you do, you go to the soup kitchen, or you volunteer, like for this program, or how Mo volunteers, and gives back to the community. I just think that's a better way to grow as an artist and find our honesty than worrying about if I get 1,000 people to see my video on YouTube.
Right.
I think when we're worried about that, when that becomes anxious and anxiety, it's best to try and find some positive outlet for our creativity.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that because so much of what artists struggle with now is that social media and the numbers, and it's all about that. And even in my 40s, it's like I feel a little bit of that pressure because it's just so prevalent that that's what you're supposed to worry about, the numbers. And I think if I was a younger person, I would be a lot more concerned about it than I am. It's something I think about, but I definitely don't worry about it so much. And it gets better as I get older. Just my priorities have shifted.
Well, I don't want to discourage people, but there are thousands of really great songs that just aren't going to find their way into the lottery because it's not only talent, but it also takes a little bit of persistence and at the end of the day, a little luck. And then even then, if someone says, I love your song, they don't care whether you're 64 or 33, but, so-and-so would like to make some changes when they record it. I mean, that could happen. And I think being giving and being open, being collaborative, trying to be charitable, whatever we can be charitable towards, will help in the long run getting to that goal. It's certainly not going to block that goal from happening. And if it's someone's destiny to be the next Shawn Mendes or Joni Mitchell, then I don't think helping somebody on a Tuesday to get a ride to the dentist is going to stop that from happening. But
destiny is destiny.
Sure, but then I'm an optimist.
Were you always an optimist?
No, I'm not an optimist. I'm forecast gloom. I'm working on not becoming a forecaster anymore. I have that ability to just imagine the worst things happening. And I just heard a podcast, and the guy said, I do this, and I do the same thing. And he goes, and my buddies grabbed me and said, hey, you're still here. You're not out there. So
what kind of wisdom would you give a younger person now that you've had a lot of experience in the music industry and doing music? What kind of wisdom would you give someone?
If they're a songwriter, I would say, it's already in your ears. It's already in the air. You don't have to make it up. It's right here on the earth, and that's what's real, and that's what's going to help. And be willing to listen to everything, even the people you don't agree with, because they might have a kernel of something or show a door that's just slightly open that you can get through. So, and be honest and work hard. I think those are the things, and hope something good comes. Something good will come, whether it's what you ordered specifically, or it's just another somebody else's order. I don't know, but I think good will come from it.
Do you listen to a lot of younger artists at all?
If someone gives me something, I'm listening to Jacob Collier, but geez, what's going on with that guy? Every time I listen to one of his records, I want to burn all my stuff. and there's a guy called Mustafa I just picked up on the New York Times. It's like 24, folk artist out of Canada, so I'm going to give him a try. Anytime I meet somebody, I say, what are you listening to? Because that's how I found most of my music, by people telling me what's going on.
Nice.
It is nice. I've gotten amazing. I have a friend who drops CDs on me about every 2 or 3 months, and it's just amazing the stuff I have from all over the world. I'm very lucky.
So how has it been performing as an older musician? How has the music scene changed? Has it been good? Have you found your people that support your music and what you're doing?
I need a chair now, and I have to see my massage therapist a couple days after the show. But other than that, the players are better. The people that I'm working with just listen so much. It's like sometimes it's so hard where I'm just thinking in my head, just play the song, because what they're doing is so creative, I'll lose where I'm at. And it's hard to get booked. I mean, I'm not whining, but it is certain people with a certain look still get booked at bars.
Right.
and that's okay. I get all that. So, but I find my share of bookings, and I'm not complaining at all. I'd like to take the band out because these monsters hum. And so, you know, we got to find a few shekels together to reward these guys and women at the end of the night. And it's more of that. It's more, you know, sometimes I'm not as complacent to the audience as I should be because the band's together and we're cooking and we hope they like it, but that's secondary to the goal of the performance at that point. I know that's antithetical to selling beer. We try to sell beer too. Well, I'm just saying, I know when I play a bar, I'm there to sell beer.
Right, exactly.
Don't tell them all about this magical band. Because that's the deal. Thank you so much for inviting me to this.
Yeah, thanks for coming and doing this, and I hope that you get out there with your band and kick ass.
I hope you get to come and see us sometime, and I hope that you find something that I can do to help you.
Okay, I will. I won't make you lift anything.
You're going to have to surrender and let it happen, and to find what it should be.
All right. Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.